There comes a moment in every life when silence grows louder than answers and waiting feels heavier than effort. And in that moment, many believe something has gone wrong. Yet the truth is something sacred is unfolding beneath the surface. What you call delay is not denial. What you call stillness is not stagnation. And what you call waiting is not weakness, because the unseen forces of life never rush their finest work. The seed never argues with the soil about time. It trusts the process, and in that trust, it gathers strength you cannot see. Right now, your patience is being shaped into power, your endurance into wisdom, and your calm into command, even if your outer world shows no sign of movement. Life is not punishing you with pauses. It is protecting you from premature victories that would crumble under their own weight. Every moment you remain faithful without proof, hopeful without evidence, and steady without reward, you are aligning with a law greater than effort alone. There is an invisible preparation happening where your character is being refined to match the destiny that is approaching you, because nothing extraordinary arrives to an unprepared vessel. Many abandon their path, not because it was wrong, but because they mistook preparation for rejection. When things slow down, it is often because something vast is being rearranged to meet you at the right height of readiness. The universe does not test to break you, it tests to reveal what you are capable of holding. Your waiting is teaching you discipline of thought, purity of intention, and strength of belief, all qualities that cannot be rushed or borrowed. If everything arrived the moment you desired it, you would never learn to master your inner world, and without mastery within, nothing lasts without. This is the sacred rhythm of life, where faith is exercised like a muscle, growing stronger with every moment you choose trust over fear. What seems like an empty space is actually a classroom where you are learning to stand firm without applause, to believe without signs, and to remain grateful without results. The delay is not empty time. It is full of unseen instruction, shaping you into someone who can sustain abundance without losing balance. You are being taught to walk by faith rather than sight, to speak words of expectancy instead of complaint, and to hold vision when circumstances whisper doubt. In this season, your task is not to force outcomes, but to align thoughts, words, and emotions with the good that is forming. The universe responds not to desperation, but to calm certainty, not to haste, but to harmony. As you wait, your belief is being tested not for cruelty, but for clarity, so that when the door opens, you will recognize it without hesitation. Remember, the pause before fulfillment is often the moment when power gathers most quietly, and those who endure the silence are the ones who step into blessings with grace rather than shock. In the middle of waiting, there is often a strange turning point where faith is challenged more fiercely than at the beginning, because hope has lasted long enough to feel tired and doubt begins to dress itself as logic. This is the moment many unknowingly stand closest to their breakthrough while believing they are farthest from it. Circumstances may appear to tighten rather than loosen, signs may disappear instead of multiply, and the mind may whisper that nothing is happening, yet this is the hour when unseen forces intensify their work. The universe does not reveal movement while it is rearranging foundations, and the greater the structure being prepared, the deeper the silence required. What feels like resistance is often redirection, guiding you away from outcomes that would have limited your growth. The pause stretches not to weaken you, but to expand your capacity to receive without fear. When impatience rises, it is an invitation to refine thought, because every doubt entertained delays alignment, while every calm affirmation accelerates unseen motion. There is suspense here, because the outer world gives no reassurance, demanding a higher form of trust that rests not on evidence, but on inner conviction. This is where words gain power, where speaking life over uncertainty becomes an act of courage, and where imagination must be disciplined to envision success without permission from circumstances. The waiting teaches you that nothing external determines your worth, timing, or destiny, and this realization frees you from desperation. As you stand steady, something subtle changes, not outside but within, and this inner shift signals that preparation is nearing completion. You may notice old desires falling away, reactions softening, and clarity replacing urgency, signs that you are no longer chasing outcomes but attracting them. The universe responds to this state swiftly, though quietly, because calm authority is magnetic. What once required effort now aligns through cooperation of events, people, and opportunities moving toward you without struggle. Yet the suspense remains because manifestations often announce themselves only after commitment to faith is complete. This is why patience feels tested to its edge, so belief can stand alone without support. Understand that waiting refines perception, allowing you to recognize blessings that once passed unnoticed. When the moment arrives, it will not feel rushed or chaotic, but precise and fitting, as though it had always known your name. Until then, every calm breath, every grateful thought, and every spoken word of trust is shaping the bridge between desire and fulfillment. It is essential to remain faithful in small actions, choosing kindness, discipline, and gratitude daily, because these quiet choices signal readiness. Waiting ends when inner harmony is complete, not when clocks agree, and this truth restores peace. Trust this interval, for it is shaping mastery, stability, and wisdom that protect future joy and ensure blessings remain lasting, balanced, and generously shared. Nothing true is lost in waiting. Everything real is strengthened. Hold steady and allow time to complete its sacred work without fear or doubt today. Now, as the waiting nears its end, you must understand that the universe is not preparing a mere change in circumstance, but a transformation in you, and that is why the process feels so long and so intense. The final stage is not about proving your patience, it is about proving your faith, because faith is the currency that purchases miracles. Your task now is to keep your thoughts aligned with the good you seek, to refuse to speak of lack, and to refuse to imagine failure, for imagination is the workshop of the soul where your future is crafted. The moment you allow a negative picture to take residence in your mind, you create resistance that slows the very thing you desire. Yet, when you hold a steady image of success, you are cooperating with the law that brings it into form. Understand that the universe hears your inner language more clearly than your outer words. So if your heart is murmuring fear while your lips speak hope, the inner fear will dominate. Therefore, choose thoughts that uplift, choose words that bless, and choose actions that reflect your faith. This is the final preparation, and it requires you to be disciplined even when you are weary, because weariness is the last obstacle before victory. Remember, your waiting has not been in vain. It has been building a foundation for a life that will not collapse under pressure. The strength you have gained in this season will become the very thing that enables you to sustain your blessing, to handle success with humility, and to use it for good rather than greed. Soon, you will look back and realize the waiting was the most valuable part, because it taught you to trust the unseen, to rely on inner guidance, and to keep your faith alive without proof. Your patience is about to be rewarded, but not with a random gift. You are about to receive what is rightfully aligned with your purpose. When the door opens, you will feel a rush of gratitude rather than surprise, because your spirit has been expecting it. And if you are still unsure, remember this. The universe never fails to fulfill its promises. It only waits until you are ready to receive them without fear, without doubt, and without desperation. So keep your heart steady, your thoughts pure, and your words confident, for the one who waits in faith is never truly alone. The universe is arranging the perfect moment, the perfect people, and the perfect circumstances to bring your dream into your hands. You are not being punished by the pause. You are being prepared for a life that will be greater than you imagined. And now, if you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.